American Families Plan will provide access to quality, affordable child care.
That was President Joe Biden during his first joint address to Congress. The president urging a $1.8 trillion investment for his proposed American Families Plan. Biden highlighted his presidential achievements so far during his address as he marks his 100th day in office. But in his Capitol Hill speech, the president did not mention abortion or how he's repealed pro-life protections to enact pro-abortion orders. Now we take a look back at President Biden's actions on abortion since Inauguration Day.
I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly swear.
Joe Biden became the 46th president of the United States 100 days ago.
We're all God's children. We should treat each other as we would like to be treated ourselves.
He is only the second Catholic president in U.S. history.
I ran for president because I believe we're in a battle for the soul of this nation.
But President Biden's actions on the abortion issue so far contradict the Catholic Church's teachings on life. During only his second full day in office, his administration celebrated the anniversary of Roe v. Wade. And just over 1 week into office, Biden repealed the Trump administration's Global Protect Life policy.
Basically, the best way to describe them, to undo the damage Trump has done.
The pro-life provision kept U.S. taxpayer dollars from funding or promoting abortions overseas. His personnel has been pro-abortion as well. In March, the president nominated former California Attorney General Javier Becerra as his Secretary of Health and Human Services.
On this vote, the yeas are 50, the nays are 49. The nomination is confirmed.
Becerra has a long-standing history with pro-abortion groups and has strongly supported pro-abortion policy.
Name one abortion restriction that you might support.
Senator, let me try to respond this way. I have tried to make sure on this important issue for so many people, where oftentimes, again, we have different views, but deeply held views, that I have tried to make sure that I am abiding by the law.
Bear in mind, we have someone who is a radical. He is anti-religion, anti-life. He also has zero healthcare experience in the middle of a pandemic.
Other confirmed pro-abortion cabinet members include Secretary of State Antony Blinken, Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo, and Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, among several others. Within his first 100 days in office, the president has also allowed the FDA to permit abortion pills be distributed through the mail during the coronavirus pandemic, has worked to cancel the Protect Life rule, and is exploring whether to expand the Supreme Court, which could only further solidify legalized abortion. The U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops has called on the Catholic president to protect life. In a January statement, Pro-Life Committee Chair Archbishop Joseph Naumann and Bishop David Malloy of the International Justice and Peace Committee wrote, quote, "We urge the president to use his office for good, prioritizing the most vulnerable, including unborn children." It's a sentiment shared by other Catholic leaders as well.
We need to pray that President Biden has a change of heart on these issues.
Joining us now is that prominent Catholic and pro-life Democrat, former U.S. Representative for the state of Illinois, Dan Lipinski. He served in Congress for 16 years. Congressman, welcome back to the show. What is your overall assessment of President Joe Biden's first 100 days in office from your Catholic and pro-life perspective?
Well, let me just say it's good to be here with you. Better here than just saw me via Skype.
Yes.
But what has happened the first 100 days since I had said that is what we expected. And it's not surprising, but it's disappointing, nonetheless, that Joe Biden, he talks a lot in Catholic terms, in dignity of the individual, but he is a typical Democrat in, Democratic, at least Democrat in Washington, that everything is the pro-choice, pro-abortion agenda.
And to that point, it has become very predictable that Democratic presidents quickly repeal pro-life orders and then put into place pro-abortion orders. But as you've stated, Joe Biden is a Catholic. He's only our second Catholic president. Shouldn't that make him different than other past Democratic presidents?
Well, it's unfortunate, and this is something that I'm actually writing a book on right now, is that Catholics should be different. We shouldn't just be Democrats, Republicans, and follow the party line. Catholics really have an obligation and an understanding of what the dignity of the individual means. We need to live that out in public life if we are, in office, or we're just a citizen and we're voting. We need to follow that. So we should be Catholic first, but unfortunately that's not what we usually see, on either side of the aisle.
Mm-hmm. We heard the president address Congress for the first time in his first joint address to Congress. In your time as U.S. representative, you've heard previous joint addresses, you've heard different State of the Unions. What did you make of the president's speech, specifically when he was speaking about the American Families Plan and his proposal for child tax credits? Do you see an opportunity for bipartisanship there, the ability to collaborate with pro-life groups maybe?
Well, first of all, I think the speech was well done. The language that President Biden used was very good across the board, and talking about wanting to help people out. Now, how far we go, how much it's cost, that's question. Excuse me. The American Family Tax Plan, I have some hope there, because this is something that Republicans have been talking about, and I'm glad to see that. We need to do more to help families with children, and that's critically important right now. And I hope that there is some bipartisan agreement on that.
Absolutely. The president has flipped on his stance on the Hyde Amendment. He now, after long supporting it, wants to repeal it. What is your message to the president on the Hyde Amendment?
First, we need to save the Hyde Amendment. The Democrats for Life right now have a campaign going on, and people need to reach out, first of all, to their representatives, Democratic representatives especially, who may vote to save Hyde, keep Hyde in the appropriations bills. And so that's very important. And I'm hoping that it doesn't even get to the president's desk. And if it does, any bill that does not have Hyde, I'm hoping that the president has second thoughts and he would veto or not support a bill that gets rid of Hyde.
Well, I hope he hears your message. Former U.S. Representative Dan Lipinski, thank you.
Thank you.